a very powerful idea to think about how much time are we aware, or how much time am I thinking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? And a good way, a technique, if you want to use that, I mean, pretty much everybody has phones now. You can create reminders for yourself at random times, once per hour, what have you. Just have a quick reminder. It will pop up, say, what are you thinking about, right? It will be interesting to see. I mean, if you can't be aware, and a reminder pops up on your screen, and then you say, what are you thinking about? And this is obviously very beneficial from a worldly perspective as well, because you will start noticing some sort of patterns, right? So some of the things to think about are, what are you focusing on? So if you see those type of reminders popping up, and you ask yourself, hey, what am I usually thinking about, right? Am I thinking about negatives around me? Am I thinking about my expectations that are not being met? Or am I thinking of all the beautiful, positive things around me, right? Am I appreciating the moments, right? So this is, again, a very powerful thing to think about, that everything that we have, like basic things, we don't own them. I mean, we don't have a right over them. If Allah were not to give us these clothing, fruits, food, water, clean water, comfortable environment to sit in, comfortable temperature, like, we don't have a right on these things. And we know many people who are just like us, they don't have these things. So if we were to appreciate those things, we would be much more happier than what we are today. And using this thing of being aware of what you think about would help you realize that, look, okay, fine. So if I'm focusing on negatives, if I'm always focusing on my expectations that are not being met, yeah, I won't be happy. So maybe I just need to change what I'm thinking about, right? Am I thinking about hope, right? Hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make things happen for me, things will get better? Or am I thinking about the negatives, right? We have this in Quran as well. The shaitan promises you poverty, calls you towards fahsha, indecency, right? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promises you and calls you towards forgiveness and His Jannah. So what is it that I tend to focus on? And what are my concerns? Am I trying to think about pleasing the Creator, or am I most of the time worried about pleasing the creation? And not just one, like whole bunch of different people that I want to make happy, that I want to be liked by, and so on and so forth. Because if that's my focus, then it's very unlikely for me to be happy, because everybody would be different. It's hard to please people, and so on and so forth. But if I were to focus on Creator and my own actions, my own akhlaq, my own contributions, it's much easier and simpler to be happy and also be successful, and so on and so forth. So it's an interesting thing to think about, how much time am I aware of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How much time am I concerned about pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala versus pleasing people? So try it out. Inshallah, you'll see some interesting results.